Hi there viewers and subscribers, Rising Hero 2012 here. Welcome to my Bubblebeat deck profile. Because of the September 1st 2012 ban list, I've had to do a few changes because E-Emergence Core was limited, Pot of Duality limited, and the Hero Lives being limited. So I thought I'd bring you the updates. This is just an early draft of what I'm hoping to run on the next format. So let's get things kicked off with the monsters. So first up, obviously Stratos, key card in any hero deck. He's a win target for Great Tornado, and he's a level 4 warrior for my Ixies. Then the main guy of the deck, Bubble Man. Again, water attribute for 0, and he's a level 4 warrior. And because of his special summon effect, he makes Ixie summoning easier. Then the utility guy, Neosalius, serves several purposes in the deck. His first one being the fact he's a light attribute, so he's a fusion target for the Shining. He's a level 4 warrior, so he can help me get into Blade Armor Ninja and Heroic Champion Excalibur. He's also a Gemini, so I can combine him with Gemini Spark to +1 off my opponent. The last card is Photon Thrasher. Nice big beat stick to just special summon and destroy anything basically. And he's a nice light attribute for the Shining. He's also a warrior, so I can use him for my Ixies. So they're monsters. Nothing's changed there really. They ran really well last format, so I've decided to keep them the same this format. Next up are my spells. First of all, 3 Miracle Fusion, the key to winning with this deck and my main source of fusion power. Next up is Double Super Poly. Allows me to vacuum any monster basically now because all 6 of the Omni Heroes are released. 2 Hero Lives, that's a new addition to the deck. I decided to replace the E-Call and the Pot of Duality I had to drop, with them being semi-limited. I decided to replace them with this. It worked really well in the OCG. And I like to replace Search with Search. So my deck technically hasn't slowed down in any way. So that's why that's in. Next up is Double E-Call. Obviously allows me to add 1 E-Hero from my deck to my hand. Rotor allows me to add a level 4 warrior from my deck to my hand. Gemini Spark, I basically tribute off my alias, destroy a card my opponent has, and then draw a card. Double Pot of Duality, obvious staple in any deck for consistency, and allows me to pick one of 3 cards and add it to my hand. Monster Reborn, staple, Dark Hole staple, Book of Moon, staple, Heavy Storm, staple, and Double MST. Not necessarily staple now, but I like to keep it in because of my local meta. Next up are my traps. So we have Double Hero Blast, nice card to recycle Neosalius with, so I can reuse him for his multiple purposes. It's also always a +1. Then we have Double TT, which is pretty much standard in any deck now. We have Mirror Force. A lot of people say it's too slow, but I like it. Solemn Judgment, protect my field, it helps me maintain my field, and obviously I set a lot of back row to pull off Bullman's special summon effect, so that allows me to keep it if I've got Starlight Road about. 2 Fiendish Chain, shut off effects basically, and stop my monsters from being destroyed because they can't battle them. Dimensional Prison, good for banishing the Shining and Mirror matches, and also Light Pulsar, and then Starlight Road to protect my field. Moving on, so you'll notice that I'm not actually running Solemn Warning. That's because of the cost for Hero Lives. I have to pay up half my life points for that, so it wasn't sustainable to keep Solemn Warning in there because I've not always got the life points to pay up the cost for that. So next up is my extra deck. 3 E-Hero the Shining, the main fusion card. Gains 300 attack for each banished hero. When it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, I can select up to 2 of them and return them to my hand. Next up is E-Hero Zero. Excellent effect. When he's removed from the field, I can destroy all monsters my opponent controls. He also gains 500 attack for each water monster that is not him that's on the field. Gaia, Super Poly, a hero when my opponent's Notoria Beast. Great Tornado, nice for a big finish, especially with Heroic Champion Excalibur. I still think Dino Rabbit's going to be big, so I put into Nova Master so I can Super Poly their Lagias. Double Blade Armor Ninja for the OTK. Heroic Champion Excalibur for the OTK. Utopia, pretty much ran in every deck at the moment, a nice defensive option. Photon Papillo Operative, I've run this ever since it's released. I like its effect, but with Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper Burn at 3, there is going to be a deck that looks to abuse that. So this has got a nice effect to get around that. And then the Stardust Dragon to go with the Starlight Road. I do have a side deck. I'll just go get that. Give me one moment. So my side deck is built up around my locals of what's around there and what I struggle against basically. So I'm running 2 Captain Gold with 3 Skyscraper. I basically struggle against Gravekeepers. Necro Valley can shut this deck off because it does do a lot of play from the graveyard. So it's always nice to get rid of that. And also Skyscraper allows me to get rid of Dark Wars Field Spell. So it's pretty cool to side in when you go up against a deck with Field Spell. Next up, 2 Electric Virus and 2 Victoria. The deck tends to struggle against Chaos Dragons, so I side in. I haven't really sided in Victoria yet, I haven't tested that one, but the Electric Virus one works. Double Smashing Ground for anyone who plays Thunder Kings against me. Double Bottomless, again, for anyone who plays Thunder Kings or Light Pulsars. And then 2 Compulsory because it's a nice versatile trap. So that is the early sketch of the deck I'll be running as of September the 1st, 2012. I still feel Bubblebeat hasn't really been hit a lot on the ban list. Obviously I've had to do a few changes, so I feel it's going to be the most dominant deck next format actually. So I've decided to stick with it. I might change the hero build, but I'll bring you updates on what I do on my heroes with another deck profile if I make any changes. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have any ideas for my deck or want to give me a few pointers for it, please comment below. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Rising Hero 2012 signing out.